Supplements promise health, vitality, and protection, especially for seniors managing blood pressure, cholesterol, or joint pain. But hidden inside those capsules and bottles are dangerous contaminants, false claims, and ingredients that can interfere with your medications. Today, we are exposing 9 supplement brands you should avoid at all costs and revealing the 2 that are actually safe and worth your trust. Coming in at number 9, Nature's Bounty. For decades, this brand positioned itself as the trusted drugstore supplement for everyday health. Bright labels promise immune support, bone strength, and heart health. Walk into any pharmacy and you will see rows of those familiar orange and green bottles lined up neatly on the shelves. The packaging looks professional, medical even. The price seems reasonable compared to prescription medications. The marketing speaks directly to seniors worried about staying healthy as they age. But recent FDA inspections uncovered a darker reality lurking behind that friendly facade. Manufacturing facilities were cited for failing to follow good manufacturing practices, or GMPs. These are not minor infractions we are talking about. These are serious violations that directly impact what ends up in your bottle and ultimately in your body. What does that mean for you on a practical level? Inconsistent potency from batch to batch means one bottle might work while the next does nothing. Contamination risk from unclean equipment and poor handling procedures. Pills that contain less of the active ingredient than labeled or worse. Hidden fillers that could trigger allergic reactions or interact dangerously with blood pressure medications you are already taking. Seniors relying on consistent doses for joint health or heart support are being systematically betrayed by this company. The label promises 1,000 milligrams of vitamin D. That is what you paid for. That is what your doctor recommended. But independent lab tests conducted by Consumer Lab, a respected third-party testing organization, have shown some bottles contain as little as half that amount. Just 500 milligrams. Imagine taking what you believe is your full daily dose for months, maybe even years, only to discover you have been getting 500 milligrams when your doctor specifically recommended 1,000 for your bone density. Your bones weaken, your immune function declines, your risk of falls and fractures increases, all because a company decided to cut corners during manufacturing to save a few pennies per bottle. And for those on blood thinners like warfarin, the situation becomes even more dangerous. Unlisted vitamin K in some formulas could dangerously interfere with medication effectiveness, dramatically increasing your stroke risk. Think about what that means. Your cardiologist carefully calibrated your warfarin dose based on your weight, your diet, your other medications. Everything was balanced perfectly. Then you add what you think is a simple calcium supplement from Nature's Bounty to protect your aging bones. But hidden inside, never disclosed on the label, is vitamin K. This undisclosed vitamin counteracts your warfarin. Your blood becomes too thick. Your stroke risk skyrockets. You have no idea why your INR levels are suddenly unstable at your next blood test. Your doctor adjusts your warfarin dose trying to compensate. But the real problem is that supplement you trusted. The glossy packaging hides a manufacturing process riddled with lapses and systematic oversights. What you thought was supporting your bones could be silently undermining your prescriptions and putting your life at risk. The smell when you open the bottle, that faint chemical odor that catches in the back of your throat and makes you cough slightly, should not be there. Fresh vitamins should smell clean, maybe slightly earthy if they contain herbs. That plastic-like scent hints at poor quality control and degraded ingredients sitting on warehouse shelves for months past their prime. The tablets themselves sometimes have a chalky residue coating the outside. When you shake a few into your palm and touch them, your fingers come away with a fine white powder. That powder is the protective coating breaking down and flaking off. That breakdown means the active ingredients inside are degrading too, oxidizing, losing their potency with each passing day. Picture this scene. You have trusted this brand for years, maybe even decades. You see it advertised on television during the evening news. You see it recommended in health magazine articles at your doctor's office. Every morning you take those pills with your breakfast of oatmeal and black coffee, part of your careful routine to stay healthy. You believe with absolute certainty that they are protecting you, supporting your aging body, giving you the nutrients your diet might be missing. Then one day you are browsing online and you come across that FDA inspection report. The words swim before your eyes. Failed GMPs, inconsistent potency, contamination risks. Your hands actually shake as you realize the vitamins you relied on, trusted implicitly, might contain only 60% of what the label boldly claims. Some bottles might have even less. The sense of betrayal cuts deep, right to your core. You followed all the rules. You read labels carefully. You chose a recognized brand name. You tried so hard to take care of your health. And this company, this billion-dollar corporation, failed you completely. Isn't it strange how billion-dollar supplement companies keep failing inspections, yet their products are still on every pharmacy shelf week after week? At number 8, we have GNC. Walk into any shopping mall in America, and you will see the bold GNC storefront with its bright lights promising strength, vitality, and science-backed formulas. The store layout mimics a medical clinic or high-end pharmacy. For seniors, it feels legitimate, professional, clinical, completely trustworthy. The sales staff wear crisp uniforms with name tags. They ask about your health goals. They recommend specific products with confident smiles. The walls are lined with rows and rows of bottles, each one promising to solve a different health concern. It all looks so official, so scientific, so safe. But behind that carefully constructed branding lies a deeply troubling pattern of deception. In 2015, New York Attorney General testing delivered a bombshell revelation that should have shut this company down. GNC's store-brand herbal supplements, the ones they manufacture themselves and sell under their own name, often contained absolutely none of the herbs actually listed on the label. Not reduced amounts, not degraded quality, none whatsoever. Zero. Instead, investigators found cheap fillers like powdered rice to add bulk, ground-up houseplants to create texture, and common allergens that were never disclosed to consumers who trusted these products. Think about what that means for a moment. Seniors with known sensitivities to soy, wheat, gluten, or other common allergens were unknowingly ingesting hidden ingredients that could trigger severe reactions. One woman developed mysterious hives covering her arms and neck. Her doctor could not figure out the cause. She had not changed her diet. She had not started any new medications. It took 3 months of suffering before she discovered her GNC Ginkgo biloba supplement, which she was taking for memory support, actually contained unlisted soy protein. She had been severely allergic to soy her entire life. The label never mentioned soy anywhere. She trusted that label completely. Fast forward to recent years, and the issues have not been resolved despite promises and public relations campaigns. They persist, endemic to the company's entire operation. Independent testing by Consumer Lab, an organization that specializes in supplement quality verification, found that several GNC multivitamins exceeded safe limits for certain minerals, including iron and zinc. For seniors with kidney disease or those managing iron overload conditions like hemochromatosis, this is genuinely dangerous and potentially life-threatening. Excess iron accumulates in your organs over time. It deposits in your liver, your heart, your pancreas. It causes progressive toxicity that damages tissue and impairs function. The symptoms develop slowly, insidiously: fatigue, joint pain, abdominal discomfort. By the time you realize something is seriously wrong, significant organ damage may already be done. Zinc overdoses create their own cascade of problems. Too much zinc interferes with copper absorption in your digestive system. Copper is essential for nerve function and immune system health. When zinc blocks copper, you can develop nerve damage that causes numbness and tingling in your extremities. Your immune system becomes suppressed, leaving you vulnerable to infections. All because a multivitamin contained double or triple the safe amount of zinc and never warned you on the label. The texture of those capsules tells its own story if you pay attention. They feel slightly sticky from sitting under harsh fluorescent lights in the store for months, absorbing heat and humidity. When you break one open, the powder inside has that musty smell of oxidation and degradation. The sleek bottles with their metallic labels and scientifically formulated claims mask a reality where quality control is inconsistent at best and non-existent at worst. Testing is clearly inadequate if products with zero active ingredients make it to shelves, and seniors are left gambling with their health, playing Russian roulette really, every single time they swallow one of these pills. Now at number 7, Centrum. For many seniors, Centrum has been the default multivitamin choice for an entire generation. Your parents probably took it. Your doctor probably mentioned it at some point. The brand markets itself aggressively as doctor recommended, as complete nutrition conveniently packaged in just 1 tablet per day. Turn on the television during daytime programming and you will see their commercials. Active, healthy-looking seniors hiking through forests, working in gardens, playing with grandchildren. The message is clear and seductive. Take Centrum, and you too can maintain that active, vibrant lifestyle well into your golden years. But peel back that shiny foil packaging, break open one of those tablets, and you will find a formula loaded with synthetic additives, artificial colors that serve no nutritional purpose whatsoever, and binding agents that can seriously irritate sensitive stomachs. Seniors frequently experience significant gastrointestinal issues after taking Centrum. Persistent nausea that makes eating difficult, sharp cramping that doubles you over, chronic constipation that becomes genuinely painful. Yet the company offers zero transparency about why this happens to so many people. They dismiss complaints. They blame user error or pre-existing conditions. They never acknowledge that their formulation might be the problem. Recent chemical analysis conducted by independent laboratories revealed something even more concerning. Centrum Silver, the formula formula specifically marketed to seniors over 50, contains talc as a filler ingredient. Talc serves no nutritional purpose. It is added purely to give the tablet bulk and make manufacturing cheaper. But talc has been definitively linked to respiratory issues when inhaled during manufacturing or if the tablet breaks apart in your throat. Even more alarming, talc from poorly sourced batches can be contaminated with asbestos, a known carcinogen. For seniors with already compromised lung function from years of life, or those with a history of respiratory illness like COPD or asthma, this represents a hidden and completely unnecessary health risk that you are swallowing every single day. Moreover, the iron content in Centrum creates another serious problem that most seniors are completely unaware of. According to research, seniors, particularly men over 50 and postmenopausal women, often do not need any additional iron supplementation whatsoever. Their bodies actually store excess iron quite efficiently. Additional iron from a daily multivitamin contributes to oxidative stress at the cellular level. This oxidative stress accelerates the aging process itself, damaging DNA and proteins. It increases inflammation throughout your body. It raises your risk of cardiovascular disease, heart attacks, and strokes. The label promises complete nutrition and optimal health, but the reality is a rigid one-size-fits-all formula that completely ignores individual senior health needs and actually introduces multiple unnecessary health risks with every dose. Why do you think the FDA allows brands to use fillers and additives that have been outright banned in other developed countries like those in the European Union? The answer is uncomfortable. Lobbying power, political influence, regulatory capture. The supplement industry is worth over $50 billion annually in the United States alone. That kind of money buys a lot of influence over the agencies that are supposed to protect you. Want the real truth about what is actually in your supplements? Subscribe now so you never get blindsided by hidden dangers that could interact with your medications or seriously harm your health. Coming in at number 6, Herbalife. This brand operates differently from the others on our list. It is sold exclusively through multi-level marketing, which means independent distributors sell directly to consumers, often to friends, neighbors, and family members. The pitch comes wrapped in promises of weight management, sustained energy throughout the day, and overall wellness. For seniors looking to maintain their independence and vitality as they age, these promises sound incredibly appealing. The distributor who approaches you is someone you know and trust, maybe a former coworker, maybe someone from your church. They show you glossy brochures filled with before and after photos and impressive testimonials. They invite you to shake parties where everyone seems happy and healthy. The whole operation feels friendly, personal, supportive. But that slick sales pitch, delivered with genuine enthusiasm by people who often truly believe in the products, hides some genuinely serious health concerns that have emerged over years of use. Multiple countries around the world, including Israel, Belgium, and India, have issued official warnings or outright bans on specific Herbalife products due to documented cases of acute liver toxicity. We are not talking about minor digestive upset here. We are talking about liver damage severe enough to require hospitalization, and in some tragic cases, liver transplants. Seniors are particularly vulnerable to liver toxicity for several important physiological reasons. Your liver is already working hard to process all your prescription medications. It detoxifies your body continuously, filtering your blood day and night. It metabolizes the nutrients from everything you eat and drink. When that liver becomes overloaded with unregulated herbal extracts, high doses of green tea extract, and hidden stimulants from these Herbalife products, its function can decline rapidly and dramatically. The symptoms start subtly, so subtly that you might not even connect them to the supplements you started taking. Unusual fatigue that does not improve with rest. Waves of nausea that come and go. A slight yellowing of your skin and the whites of your eyes that you might attribute to aging or lighting. By the time these symptoms are properly recognized as liver damage, significant and potentially irreversible harm has already been done to your liver tissue. Making matters worse, independent laboratory testing has found that some Herbalife products contain undisclosed levels of caffeine and other powerful stimulants. The labels do not accurately reflect how much stimulant is actually in each serving. For seniors managing high blood pressure, heart arrhythmias, or anxiety disorders, these hidden stimulants can trigger dangerous spikes in heart rate and blood pressure. Your heart starts racing unexpectedly. Your hands tremble. You feel anxious and jittery for no apparent reason. You might dismiss it as stress or too much coffee, But the real culprit is that Herbalife shake you drank for breakfast. The brand promises natural wellness and vitality, but the reality is a cocktail of unregulated ingredients with minimal safety oversight and virtually no quality control standards. One 72-year-old man in Spain experienced acute hepatitis after just 3 months of daily Herbalife shakes. He was using them to lose weight and boost his energy. His liver enzymes skyrocketed to dangerous levels. He developed jaundice. He ended up hospitalized for 2 weeks while doctors worked desperately to save his liver function. The shake powder had a slightly bitter aftertaste that he had noticed and ignored, thinking it was just the herbal blend, just part of the health formula. That persistent bitterness was actually a warning sign his body was trying to send him. Seniors managing chronic conditions and multiple medications are essentially playing Russian roulette with their liver function every single time they consume these shakes or pills. Coming in at number 5, Megafood. This brand has positioned itself very deliberately as a premium whole food-based supplement company. Their entire marketing strategy appeals to health-conscious seniors who are specifically seeking natural, organic options and want to avoid synthetic chemicals. The packaging emphasizes farm-fresh ingredients sourced from small family farms. The labels feature beautiful pictures of verdant farms and wholesome pastoral imagery. The price point is significantly higher than drugstore brands, which paradoxically makes it seem more trustworthy and legitimate. Surely a company charging premium prices must have premium quality control, right? But recent independent testing tells a very different and deeply disturbing story. Accredited laboratories found clearly detectable levels of heavy metals in several Megafood products that were tested. We are talking about lead, cadmium, and arsenic. These are not trace amounts that might be unavoidable. These are levels that raise genuine health concerns, especially for long-term daily users. These toxins do not just pass through your system harmlessly. They accumulate over time in your tissues and organs, especially in seniors whose kidney function has naturally declined somewhat with age. Lead accumulation affects cognitive function in measurable ways. It impairs memory formation and recall. It alters mood regulation, potentially contributing to depression. It can accelerate cognitive decline in seniors already at risk for dementia. Cadmium specifically stresses the kidneys, forcing them to work harder to filter it out. Over months and years, this added stress damages kidney tissue. Cadmium also interferes with calcium metabolism, which weakens your bones at precisely the time in life when bone strength is most critical. Arsenic is a known carcinogen. Chronic low-level exposure increases your risk of developing several types of cancer, including bladder cancer, lung cancer, and skin cancer. The whole food sourcing that Megafood proudly advertises actually explains the contamination problem. When you use whole foods as your ingredient base, those ingredients come from soil and water. If that soil and water have been contaminated by decades of industrial pollution or agricultural runoff, the plants absorb those heavy metals from the environment. The metals become part of the plant tissue. Then that plant material is dried, powdered, and put into capsules. The company does not consistently test for heavy metal contamination according to the available evidence. They certainly do not disclose contamination levels to consumers on their labels or website. Most people never learn how to spot these contaminants because they are invisible, tasteless, and odorless. But we will break down what you can do at the end of this video. For seniors already managing prescription medications that stress the kidneys like certain blood pressure medications or diabetes drugs, or medications that stress the liver like statins, adding daily doses of heavy metals from your supplement is a silent, cumulative danger that builds slowly over time. The earthy natural branding promises purity and wholesome nutrition, but those hidden contaminants completely betray that trust. What feels like a health-conscious choice, what you are paying premium prices for, could actually be slowly poisoning your system tablet by tablet, day by day. The tablets have that distinctive grainy texture from the whole food ingredients. You can feel the roughness on your tongue when you swallow them. That unusual texture convinced many people, convinced you perhaps, that these supplements were pure and natural and therefore safe. But heavy metals have no taste. They have no smell. They provide no warning whatsoever. They just accumulate silently in your tissues day after day after day. At number 4, Nature Made. Here we have another absolute drugstore staple that dominates pharmacy and supermarket shelves with its widespread availability and affordable pricing. The brand markets itself prominently as USP verified, which initially sounds quite reassuring to consumers who see that official-looking stamp on the label. But here is what that verification actually means in practice. USP verification only confirms the product meets basic manufacturing standards. It means the facility passed an inspection. It does not guarantee purity from contaminants. It does not guarantee potency matches the label. It does not guarantee safety from degradation or contamination. Vitafusion. It is essentially a minimum standard that any reputable company should easily meet, not a gold standard of quality. Recent consumer complaints filed with the FDA and independent testing conducted by multiple laboratories have revealed troubling inconsistencies in nature-made products. Some nature-made fish oil capsules, which are among their best-selling products, were found to be rancid upon testing. When testers opened the bottles, they were hit with a foul odor. That smell of rancid fish oil is unmistakable once you know it. It is not just unpleasant or off-putting. It signals that the oil inside has oxidized and degraded. Rancid fish oil is not just ineffective, it is actively harmful to your health. Oxidized omega-3 fatty acids, the very compounds you are taking the supplement to obtain, transform into free radicals. These free radicals are highly reactive molecules that damage your cells. They accelerate aging at the cellular level. They increase inflammation throughout your entire body. For seniors taking fish oil specifically to support heart health and reduce cardiovascular inflammation, consuming rancid capsules does the exact opposite of what you intend. It actually damages your cardiovascular cells. It raises cholesterol oxidation, which makes cholesterol deposits more likely to form in your arteries. It increases your cardiovascular disease risk rather than reducing it. Additionally, Nature-Made's vitamin E supplements have been heavily criticized by nutrition experts for using synthetic DL-alpha tocopherol instead of natural DE-alpha tocopherol. This might seem like a minor technical distinction. Both are forms of vitamin E after all, but the synthetic form is significantly less bioavailable, meaning your body cannot absorb and use it as efficiently. It is also less effective at providing antioxidant protection. Seniors seeking antioxidant protection for their aging cells are getting a cheaper, inferior version of vitamin E that simply does not deliver the promised health benefits. They are wasting their money on a synthetic compound that their bodies largely cannot even use. The affordable price tag and prominent pharmacy placement create a powerful illusion of safety and trustworthiness. People assume that if a major pharmacy chain stocks it, if it is priced affordably for everyday use, it must be safe and effective. But the reality lurking behind that assumption is inconsistent quality at best and potential harm at worst. If you bite into one of those fish oil capsules accidentally, the taste hits you immediately and unmistakably. It tastes overwhelmingly fishy. It has a metallic aftertaste that lingers. It tastes fundamentally wrong. That wrongness is rancidity. That is oxidation happening in real time. That is your heart health supplement actively harming you instead of helping you achieve your health goals. Now at number 3, Vitafusion. Gummy vitamins have exploded in popularity over recent years. They are marketed aggressively as a convenient, tasty alternative to swallowing traditional pills and tablets, which makes them especially appealing to seniors who genuinely struggle with swallowing large pills or who have developed pill fatigue from taking multiple medications daily. Vitafusion leads this entire product category with their colorful, fruit-flavored gummies that promise complete nutrition in a chewable form that tastes like candy. The packaging is bright and cheerful. The gummies come in fun shapes. Taking your vitamins feels less like a medical chore and more like a small treat. But here is what the marketing and the appealing packaging do not tell you. Gummy vitamins are absolutely loaded with sugar, artificial sweeteners that can cause digestive issues, and gelatin as a binding agent. A single serving of Vitafusion gummies, which is typically 2 to 4 gummies depending on the specific product, can contain up to 6 grams of added sugar. That might not sound like much in isolation, but 6 grams of sugar is more than a full teaspoon. For seniors carefully managing diabetes or prediabetes, this daily sugar load delivered first thing in the morning causes blood glucose levels to spike sharply. Over weeks, months, and years, these daily sugar spikes contribute significantly to insulin resistance. They promote unwanted weight gain, especially around the midsection. They increase your risk of serious diabetic complications, including neuropathy, kidney disease, and vision problems. Beyond the problematic sugar content, independent testing has consistently found that gummy vitamins often contain far less of the listed nutrients than their labels claim. The gummy format itself makes it extremely difficult to stabilize certain vitamins chemically. Vitamins are sensitive compounds. They degrade when exposed to heat during manufacturing. They break down when exposed to light during storage. They deteriorate when exposed to moisture in humid environments. All of these degradation factors are amplified in gummy formulations. The result is that seniors who trust these products think they are getting their complete daily dose of vitamin D or B12 or other essential nutrients. But in reality, they are consuming what amounts to sugary candy with minimal actual nutritional value. The fun, chewable format masks a product that fundamentally fails to deliver on its core health promises while simultaneously introducing unnecessary sugar into diets that should be carefully managed and controlled. Do you think product recalls are just accidents, or are they simply the contamination cases they actually got caught on? How many contaminated batches make it to consumers without ever being detected? The gummies stick to your teeth when you chew them. That sticky residue coating your molars is pure sugar, creating the perfect environment for cavity-causing bacteria. You taste the artificial fruit flavor, cherry or orange or strawberry, masking what should taste like vitamins. But mostly, you are just eating candy that has been cleverly marketed as a health product. Your body knows the difference even if your taste buds do not. Coming in at number 2, Kirkland Signature. This is Costco's ubiquitous house brand, and it is absolutely beloved by millions of consumers for its perceived value and bulk pricing model. Seniors particularly love Kirkland products because buying in bulk from Costco feels like smart, frugal shopping. You get twice as many capsules for half the price of name brands. The Costco shopping experience itself feels trustworthy and premium despite the warehouse setting. The company has built a reputation for quality across many product categories, so seniors stock up on Kirkland vitamins and supplements by the cartload, confidently assuming that the trusted Costco name automatically guarantees quality and safety. But recent FDA warnings and independent laboratory tests reveal some genuinely concerning issues that directly contradict that assumption of guaranteed quality. Some Kirkland fish oil supplements were found to contain elevated levels of mercury and PCBs. These are industrial pollutants that bioaccumulate in fish tissues and are supposed to be filtered out during the refining process before the oil is encapsulated. Apparently, that filtration process at whatever contract manufacturer produces Kirkland supplements is not adequate or not consistently applied. For seniors, mercury toxicity creates a cascade of neurological problems. It affects the nervous system directly. It causes tremors in your hands that make fine motor tasks difficult. It impairs memory formation and retrieval. It accelerates cognitive decline. PCBs, which stands for polychlorinated biphenyls, are persistent organic pollutants that were banned decades ago but still contaminate waterways and the fish that live in them. PCBs are definitively linked to increased cancer risk. They damage the immune system, making you more vulnerable to infections. They disrupt hormone function throughout your endocrine system. The brand promises heart-healthy omega-3s that will protect your cardiovascular system. But those hidden contaminants that were never supposed to be there actually turn what should be a wellness product into a slow-acting toxin. Additionally, Kirkland's CoQ10 supplements, another popular product, have shown inconsistent and inadequate potency in testing. CoQ10 is absolutely critical for seniors. It supports heart muscle function. It enables cellular energy production. It protects muscle tissue health. But if the capsules you are taking contain significantly less CoQ10 than the label states, you are not getting the cardiovascular protection you desperately need and are paying for. Some bottles tested at only 60% of the stated dose. 60%, that means if the label says 100 milligrams per capsule, you are actually only getting 60 milligrams. The bulk pricing and Costco's carefully cultivated reputation for value create a powerful false sense of security. But the reality is a supplement line with clearly inadequate testing protocols and hidden risks that can actively undermine senior health. You buy that giant bottle because it seems like such an incredible deal. 200 capsules for the price most brands charge for just 60. But when each capsule delivers only 60% of what you actually need, you are not saving money at all. You are wasting it while simultaneously putting your health at risk every single day. Coming in at number 1, one a day. The name itself promises simplicity and completeness. One pill. All your daily nutrition. Nothing could be easier or more convenient. For busy seniors juggling multiple medications for various chronic conditions, one a day seems like the absolutely perfect solution. You only have to remember one more pill. You get everything you need. The marketing is ubiquitous and persuasive. The brand has been around for generations, creating deep trust. But this brand has a deeply troubling history that most consumers are completely unaware of. In 2019, Bayer, the parent company that manufactures One a Day, faced a serious class action lawsuit alleging systematic false advertising. The lawsuit specifically claimed that One a Day's heart health formulas deliberately misled consumers by suggesting significant cardiovascular benefits that were simply not supported by any credible scientific evidence. For seniors with existing heart conditions like coronary artery disease or heart failure, believing that a supplement is actively protecting your heart when it actually does nothing can delay seeking real medical intervention that could save your life. Beyond the troubling, misleading claims, independent testing found that One a Day multivitamins contain synthetic additives including titanium dioxide. This chemical is used as a whitening agent to make the tablets look clean and pharmaceutical. It serves absolutely no nutritional purpose whatsoever. Studies, particularly animal studies, have linked titanium dioxide to inflammation at the cellular level and potential DNA damage. Europe has actually moved to ban titanium dioxide in food products and supplements because of these health concerns. Yet it remains completely legal and widely used in United States supplements with no warning labels required. Seniors with autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis or lupus, or those dealing with chronic inflammation, are unknowingly consuming a substance every single day that could be actively worsening their symptoms and inflammatory response. The convenient once-daily format and ubiquitous drugstore availability create deep trust and habitual use. But the brand's documented track record of misleading marketing and inclusion of questionable ingredients reveals a company that prioritizes profit margins over senior safety and well-being. What you thought was supporting your health could be silently undermining it day by day. The tablet sits in the palm of your hand. It looks professional. It looks clinical and medical. The coating is smooth and bright white. That bright white coating is titanium dioxide, the exact same chemical compound used in white paint and sunscreen, in your multivitamin, going into your body every single day. Do not go yet. The solution comes at the very end of this video, and it could fundamentally change how you choose supplements forever. The first safe option, Thorne Research. Finally, some good news. This company is certified by NSF for Sport and the Therapeutic Goods Administration in Australia. Thorne Research maintains absolutely rigorous third-party testing for purity, potency, and contamination. Their supplements are completely free from heavy metals, unnecessary fillers, and artificial additives. For seniors managing chronic health conditions, Thorne's transparency and consistent quality offer true protection and peace of mind. Their fish oil undergoes molecular distillation, specifically designed to remove mercury and PCBs. Their multivitamins use bioavailable forms of nutrients that senior bodies can actually absorb efficiently. They use methylated B vitamins for those with MTHFR gene variations. They use chelated minerals for superior absorption. This is a brand you can genuinely trust with your health. When you open a Thorne bottle, there is no chemical smell assaulting your nose. The capsules are clean and precisely manufactured. The label lists every single ingredient with full transparency, including the exact chemical forms used. Third-party testing results are posted online publicly. You can verify every batch yourself. This is what supplement quality should look like. This is a company that clearly prioritizes your health over profit margins. The second safe option, Pure Encapsulations. This brand is specifically designed to be hypoallergenic and rigorously tested for individuals with sensitivities and chronic health conditions. Every single batch is tested for over 400 different contaminants, including pesticides, heavy metals, and microbial impurities. For seniors taking blood thinners, heart medications, or kidney treatments, Pure Encapsulations provides genuine peace of mind. Their formulas are completely free from unnecessary fillers, gluten, and artificial ingredients. This is a brand that prioritizes senior health above all else. The capsules are pure, no artificial dyes, no chemical coatings, just the active ingredients your body actually needs. The company was founded by healthcare practitioners who witnessed firsthand the serious damage that low-quality supplements cause their patients. They built Pure Encapsulations around one fundamental principle: do no harm. Every formula is designed with safety as the primary consideration. Every ingredient is sourced with meticulous care. Every batch is tested multiple times by independent laboratories. When your health is genuinely on the line, this is the standard you deserve and should demand. Not all supplements are created equal. Some can seriously harm your health or dangerously interfere with your medications. Subscribe now, and if you are watching on TV, tap your remote so you never get blindsided again.